We're going to get started with our post-race media availabilities. We are joined by Kevin Harvick, driver of the number 4, Busch Light Ford, one of our Championship 4 drivers. We will open up to questions.
Tried something different. Was that really, with the way the 19 and the 18 were, was that really your guys' only play there late in the run?
Yeah, well, we just needed to do something different. You know, those guys, they were so much better than us on the long run. You know, really our best chance was to have a caution there at the end, and never got one. So we just, you know, did something different, hoping for a caution, and that's what you're supposed to do in those late situations like that. So just do the opposite of the cars you're trying to race, and just didn't work out.
Jenna? We need a microphone to Jenna.
Kevin, did you think you ever had anything for them at any point in this race?
On the restarts, I could do what I wanted to do, and you know, I could hold them off for 15 or 20 laps right there. And you know, this race has come down to that every year, so you kind of play towards that. And they were quite a bit better than us on the long run, but you know, we had a really good car for those first 15 or 20 laps on the restarts, and had a lot of speed. Just never got to try to race for it there with a caution.
What happened on that restart where the 19 seemed to get, he seemed to run
I
in
just spun the tires, and he ran in the back of me and just got jumbled up.
Did you, is it fair to say that you were outnumbered from the get-go, or was it individual battles? Did you think you were going up against 3 guys?
Not really. You know, I mean, you race against it really turns into individual battles, and you know, I would say that those guys are all racing for each other and trying to win a championship. So never really looked at it quite that way.
We're also joined by Martin Truex Jr., driver of the number 19, Bass Pro Shops Toyota. We'll continue with questions. Please raise your hand. Go back to Jacob.
Jacob Seelman, Speed Sport. Martin, you obviously had the little bit fresher tires than Kyle did coming down the stretch. I know traffic wasn't helpful, but did you feel like staying out and trying to use the fresher tires was going to be your way to get the win in the championship?
I didn't know at that point. I just did whatever Cole said. So, you know, he does the strategy, I just drive. And obviously it didn't work out. We were quite a bit quicker at the end, but we're just too far back. So no chance.
Go to Jerry in the back.
Jerry Jordan, KickingTheTires.net. Martin, for you, how tough is this to swallow, knowing that you had the fastest car throughout the day, and mistake, but you overcame that and then ran right there at second?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it was the loss of track position that bit us. You know, we restarted the third stage in third, and really wish I could have been either second or fourth. I got blitzed on the outside by the 20 and the 22 and a couple of those guys, and then, you know, I had to just run the crap out of my right front to get back by them, and I got tight on that run, and it took me forever to just get by a few cars. So I lost a bunch of ground on that run because of, you know, getting tight in traffic, and then just was too far back to make anything happen, you know, the last run. So, you know, ultimately it came down to track position, and, you know, it felt like if I could have been up front and controlled the race, I could have drove away from them. And, you know, at the end we were quite a bit quicker, but it was too much of a gap. So, yeah, it's part of the deal. You got to be perfect, you know, and one mistake, you know, probably cost us a shot at it. Yeah, I mean, you know, these things don't come around every day, and you know, second 2 years in a row definitely stings a little, but you know, the fact that we have one is still really a big deal, and it's hard to win these things. So you know, congrats to Kyle and the 18 guys, and you know, it's a huge accomplishment just to get here, I feel like. And yes, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It just wasn't our day.
Go to Holly up front.
Holly Kane, the NASCAR wire service for Kevin and Martin. Were you at all surprised by the pace of the race tonight? I mean, there were huge gaps in between, and certainly, you know, even between first and second and third, and how many cars, you know, were on the lead lap, that kind of thing. Did the pace surprise you at all?
I mean, it didn't. My car didn't drive very well, and it didn't look like mine drove. It looked like mine drove a lot better than most of them. So, and there was no. You didn't see very many tire marks against the wall or anything like that. So I don't know. You know, just no cautions and nothing happening. So, just when that happens, you know, you just get spread out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the deal is with these cars, I mean, you start fighting handling problems and having to lift, and you just lose so much time to a guy that can stay in the throttle. So it's all momentum. It's not surprising that it got spread out as it did.
Do we have any additional questions for Kevin or Martin? Oh, go to the far right.
Tom Bowles from Front Stretch for Martin. I just was wondering if switching the tires had ever happened to you before, or at any level. Is that something that's exceedingly rare?
Yeah, I've never had that happen. I've, no. I mean, I don't even know what to say, no. It doesn't drive good with the left front and the right front, though, I can tell you that. It's very tight.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks. Holy shit.
We're now joined by Denny Hamlin, driver of the number 11 FedEx Express Toyota. We'll open up to questions. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start up front here with Al.
Thank you. Al Pearson, Motor Week. Denny, this was your fourth time here in a position to be the champion. You came in very confident, very self-assured. Is this the toughest of the 4 defeats because you came in so really ready?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I feel like I did all I could, so probably not. I mean, I don't think I could have done a better job. I don't think I could have. I didn't leave anything out there. So, for the first half of the race, we just weren't fast enough. We weren't handling very good, and all of a sudden it went nighttime, and we took off. And suddenly I perked up and got a little more, and was thinking that we got a chance. And then just didn't work out. I mean, I definitely, like I said, last week, that I was going to come in here and do the best I could and live with the result either way. I mean, either way. And so, I definitely feel like, I couldn't have done anything different. Certainly, we got a little aggressive there, and it cost us. But, I mean, he's also been really aggressive and won us races too. So it's just he's going for it. He saw an opportunity there to really add some speed to the car, and it just didn't work out.
Come over here. Is it Jacob?
Jacob Seelman, Speed Sport. Denny, knowing that you guys have been aggressive and obviously were tonight, is it a case where you would rather take the chance, be aggressive, and miss out like this than not have taken the chance and run second or third maybe?
No. We don't know. I mean, you always like to live to race another lap. Obviously, if you have to come back down pit road, it's pretty much over. But even, I think we had nailed with the other two guys running long on their strategy. We were going to be second, no matter what, and just a stone's throw from the 18. And then, so a caution can come out. We got the number 1 pit stall. We can beat them off pit lane. You can definitely have. There's always an opportunity. Until the checker falls, anything can happen. So I don't think it's a do or die moment, but I think it was an opportunity that Chris saw to, we came 1 lap earlier. We wanted to catch everyone off guard there. We did it. I didn't get to pit road clean because 34 kind of was coming off pit road, and I had to check up but whatnot. It didn't matter because we added too much tape anyway. But he was going for it, and I don't fault him for that because I've got really fast cars because he goes for it every single week.
We're going to go to Nate and then Jim.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Denny, in 2014, when MJ was here, he was one of the first people to greet you. Do you expect Michael Jordan will have some things to say to you later? Is he hanging out with you, or are you still going to have a birthday celebration and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I told you all at the beginning of the week, we're going to celebrate our year. I mean, our year was fantastic in every way you can think of, and it just didn't pan out in one race in our favor. So, you know, I don't know about those guys, and I talked to them briefly before the race, but I don't know. I just right now just got to gather all the thoughts and think about everything.
Go to Jim.
Jim Utter, Motorsport.com. Kind of along those lines, I know you want to be the one celebrating, but as an organization, considering everything that happened in the off season, the passing of JD, you started the season winning the 500. You guys end the year as an organization winning the championship. I mean, could you have a better kind of statement as an organization for what you've all had to go through?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 20 finished third, so dang. Yeah, I mean, it was just good. It was a great year. We won 19 races as an organization. That's the most in this era. So, I mean, that's a good thing in the world where we just keep getting more common with everything, right? Common pick guns, common this, common that. JGR continues to set itself apart, and that's the people and the effort that they're putting in. So, I think that it really says a lot about the organization, no doubt. So, I'm excited about next year. I really am. It's not like going to go through the off season, upset or sad. It's like I'm looking forward to having the momentum that we took through this year with a first-year crew chief, and we're gonna win a lot next year. So I just think that we'll have another opportunity. There's no question.
Denny, on your right, Jeffrey Miller, Athlon Sports. You kind of hit on the question I was going to go for there, but just your outlook going to next year off the heels of this compared to other times when you've come so close. Does it feel different? And
yeah, I mean, they all feel different. They're all different. They're in a different time. They're in a different circumstances. They are all so different. But certainly, I've had my fair share of being responsible for not winning at times, but I was confident I did everything that I possibly could. I kept us in the game when we were not very good at the beginning of the race. We stayed in it. Got a good restart, took the lead, and then just kind of hung with Kyle there, and I made a little mistake. I should have on that restart and gave the lead back to him, but they're all different. I don't know how it's going to be. I mean, I just am really excited with the group that we have, that what we can do next year and get another shot at it. I mean, it's definitely not a do or die situation. It's going to be okay, and we're going to be strong. And I guarantee you, it's going to motivate Chris even more than what he already is.
Do we have any additional questions for Denny? All right, Denny, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.